So what does corn have to do with your personality? Sheba. This is my co-host Sheba, and this is our guest, Andrea.
Hello.
You've probably seen Andrea in a couple of our other shows, but we're going to get back to that. Sheba, you and I, on our off-the-cuff conversations, we've been going to talk about corn on the cob quite a bit, right?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. So how do you eat your corn on the cob again?
I eat my corn on the cob in rows, left to right, and then right to left.
Right to left, okay?
Well, back
So,
and forth.
and we had a whole show we had a whole segment on corn on the cob, and do you know what happened? Andrea watched one of our episodes, and she decided to text me and tell me how she eats her corn on the cob, and you're not going to believe how she eats it.
How do you eat it?
I cut it off the cob, of course.
Cut it off the cob.
Yes.
So the conversation on the show that you watched,
Yeah.
we talked about the person we were interviewing, how he goes in circles. Am I right?
Yes.
Tom goes in circles.
Yes, he goes in circles.
Okay, so when someone goes in circles and stuff like that, that means they're very, very organized. In my opinion, they're kind of boring, right?
Okay.
Sheba, on the other hand, likes to go left to right
And then right to left.
and right to left. So she goes back and forth. So she's not a typewriter. She doesn't go this way
And then
Right.
start over.
over again this way.
Yes.
So you thought I was kidding, but how you eat corn on the cob can really tell your personality. And you challenged me today.
Bring it to me. I want to
Okay.
know what this says about me.
I went and I officially looked
Do I
up.
get to give my reason at any point?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
you
you
say
should.
you say
All
I
right,
want to go
curious.
off the cuff so you can come in. So those of
All
you
right,
that are
all right.
off the cuff means we're channel. So I did my research, and the research says so. You are a kernel cutter. That's your official title. You're a kernel cutter,
That sounds negative and it sounds mean.
but it's not.
Okay.
What type of do you like?
The
What type of
kernel
toppings do you want
cutter.
on corn on the cob?
Well, if it's real Jersey sweet corn, nothing, because it's so sweet and delicious. But then sometimes butter.
And
Wait
you put,
till you hear what he
what do you
puts
put
on
on-
his
what do you
Oh, I
put-
heard mayo.
No. I,
What?
the mayo is something else, but I'm not going to tell you something else till the end.
All right.
All right.
I put
So-
nothing on my corn because
You
I
put
only buy
nothing.
Jersey sweet
See?
corn and
Okay.
it's delicious.
All right, so Sheba goes like this, and it goes back like, oh, she's going to do this and this, and she goes, that's all right.
Because I like to see the completion.
The completion, okay. So she wants to, so Sheba actually makes checklists of things she's already done, so she could check it off, so
I
she
mean,
feels good about it
So
again.
you would think I would do that because I love a checklist.
Yes, you do.
I love a note and a check. I did it. Ding. Sometimes I'll do something and it's not on my list, and I
So
get
you write it
pissed
in
that it's not on my list. So I'll write it on my list
and then cross
just
it
to
out.
cross it.
And what does that have to do with eating how you eat corn on the
I don't know.
cob?
You tell me, Cliff.
All right. So this is a kernel cutter.
Okay.
The method is you carefully slice the kernels off the cob with a knife before you eat them with a fork or a spoon.
This is true.
Do you eat it with a fork or a spoon? Because that's important.
I mean, am I eating it with a meal or am I just having it as a snack?
I'm giving you an ear of corn on the cob. I want you to eat the ear of corn on the cob. How are you going to eat it?
All right. Well, if you're giving me an ear of corn on the cob, then we're obviously at a barbecue. And
Barbecue.
so I'm eating other
Okay.
stuff. Then I eat it
So
with
we're
a
at
fork.
Sheba's house on the 4th of July. We're having a barbecue, and I hand you a piece of corn on the cob. How do you eat it?
Do I have the option of a spork?
No,
No.
I can't say I hand
No
out
sports.
sports.
Then a fork. Then a fork.
You're going to eat it with a fork.
Yes. Fork.
And you're going to cut it off and get it with a fork.
Yes.
Okay.
A
So these,
spork would be perfect.
right, I'm going to see if I can
The
find a
best of
spork.
both
All right.
worlds.
All right.
Have you ever seen the combination of this? I don't know what they call it. It's a knife, a fork, and a spoon on it.
That I've not.
No.
I saw it at
What is
a.
the knife on the handle part?
Yeah,
That's
the knife was on the handle
dangerous.
part.
You're
I
gonna
guess
have
it
a
could
lot.
be
I mean,
dangerous.
paper cuts are.
Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna
could be
hurt.
paper
Yeah.
cuts. And I'm sorry. What do you put on your corn again? Butter?
It's either nothing, but if it needs a little something, then butter. But that's
You know I
it.
put mayonnaise on, but I didn't tell you
I
the
know.
rest. Okay,
That's
so we're going to
kinda
come back to that in a
cool.
second. Okay. So Sheba, tell Andrea what her personality traits are. I want you to. This is our official corn.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready. Bring it.
The kernel cutter,
Okay.
practical and efficient.
Well, that is true. I'm very.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you focus on finding the easiest and cleanest solution, thinking ahead, and avoiding a potential mess or discomfort.
Oh my God, that's actually.
So you,
That is so weird.
right?
Oh my God, tell me more.
Detail-oriented,
Oh my God.
meticulous,
Holy shit.
preferring precision and accuracy over a hasty approach.
This is
Yeah.
weird.
It's weird, right?
You're a problem solver.
I am a
You
problem
are.
solver. I solved so many in the
this from an ear
last.
of corn on the cob.
How many did you solve today?
So many in the last couple of days. My head is gonna explode. Honestly, Oh my
Considerate and polite.
I think that's true.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
She's not polite to me all the time.
Which also includes that you're mindful of appearances, and you may prefer more refined and controlled interactions.
What do they mean by that? Refined
Refined.
and controlled interaction.
That one I don't agree with.
Yeah,
because
'cause
you're kind of like fun loving and
I don't know what that
No.
would mean.
yeah.
What was the question again?
All right, Cliff, you got to research what they mean
The
by that.
polite, like I think you're a polite person, but I think
Oh,
when you're hanging with people,
no.
you're not. No,
Are you
you're
authentic?
fine.
yes.
She's 100% honest.
Are you transparent?
Oh God,
Yes.
to the point where my friends make fun of me because they're like, if you want the honest truth, ask Andrea. And I don't mean to be rude. I'm just one of these people where I'm like, I don't want to lie to people, and it's exhausting to make stuff up.
Yeah.
So like, if someone asks me something and I know there's no way in hell I'm going to be interested in it, I'm to the point where I'm like, I love you, and we can do anything else, but I'm not the person to go with you. Like, if they have no other choice and they're like, it's my dream to go here, you're the only person, then I would go.
Right.
But if I always tell, hey, last option, because I don't, right? I mean, I'd rather that than someone be like, oh,
Then they pretend.
I'll check my calendar, and then, oh, my
And
They don't
schedule
get back
is
to you
out.
anyway.
I don't like that. I
No,
just
no.
rather
You're just gonna be
say
upfront.
it in the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
the
gonna
last
go off
part.
the cuff for a second
Okay.
before you go
Wow,
to the
we're
last
going off
part.
the cuff
We're
of
gonna go
corn.
off the cuff of
All right. All right.
Okay. Why don't you like eating corn on the cob?
Because it gets all up in my teeth, all in my gums, and that feeling to me is like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Okay.
Like, I mean, granted, when you eat, you tend to get some stuff up there, but not as aggressively as corn and
corn.
popcorn. It's like,
Have you ever seen
all
a
up in
corn
there.
rib?
no.
Okay. Corn rib. I had a corn rib the other night for the first time.
Okay.
What a corn rib is they cut the corn off the cob, so it's not on the cob, but it's still sort of circular.
Okay.
So they picture
So
a
the
piece of corn.
kernels are together.
The kernels are together.
I'm cool with that.
How do you know you're cool with that? You haven't even tried
No,
it.
you know why I know?
Why?
This is why I know.
Go ahead.
Because sometimes when I'm cutting the corn off the cob, because I'm cutting so close to
So
the cob,
cob.
they'll come off in sections, and I actually love them.
Oh,
Those
okay.
I
Those
pop
are like
in
your
my
favorite
mouth.
There you
ones.
go.
Yeah,
there
I
you
like
go.
that
Right.
better than when it's all individual.
So she loved the corn
Right.
ribs.
Yeah, I just don't like to dig my front teeth into it, and then I feel
And
things
then all the
shoot up,
cob.
and your mouth is a mess, and I hate it. And you have to have dental floss on you, or you got to go to someone's house and be like, got to go through the mirror.
Well, wait, couldn't you just take those hairs then when you take the
Oh,
what's
Cliff,
that called?
Cliff.
Corn, what's
Yeah,
that
the
called?
corn hairs.
Listen,
Corn hairs.
first of all, you've never been to one of my barbecues because you will not find a single silk on any of my corn. I get it all.
All the silk
off.
comes off.
Yeah, and I found a new trick I saw on, I think it was TikTok. You wrap the corn in a towel, put it in the microwave. I think it's like 60 or 90 seconds.
Yeah.
You pull it off, like you have to cut off the edge. You pull it off every
When you
silk.
take the husk
Takes
off?
the whole
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it takes it all
Wow.
off. That's what
I
I
might
do.
have to clean some of them off because I'm one of these like apparently when I was a little kid, my dad put me in charge of raking the leaves, and he loved it because he said I was like a little vacuum where I didn't leave a single leaf behind. Like,
Right.
and it's the same thing with silk. So you can't
No
floss
silk.
with the
No
No
silk.
floss.
silk. No
Because
silk.
there's
All
no
right.
silk left.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Sheba, go ahead. I didn't
And
mean
the
to cut you
last
off.
part,
Yeah.
you're reserved or cautious.
Mm,
Preferring comfort and predictability, especially in social settings.
yeah, I'd say I do like that.
Probably.
Like I will definitely go to situations where I might be uncomfortable, but I don't
Mhm.
like them. And as I get older, that's getting more intense.
Right.
Like, yeah, for sure.
So to summarize, the kernel, what is it? The kernel
on the
cutter.
kernel?
The
Can we
kernel
just
cutter.
say on the
The
kernel?
kernel.
Let's just drop
Okay.
the cutter part because that sounds like I have a mental health like problem that's happening.
So the
Okay,
kernel
Colonel.
cutter
I like that.
values comfort,
Yes, I do.
control,
Yes, I
a
do.
sense of order,
Sure. Yep.
and often finding a way to do things that are a bit different but work well for you.
Yes.
Is
I
that
love
you?
it.
That is a
is
good
me.
summary,
I
too.
think that
Okay.
is like.
You think it's a good summary.
I do,
However,
I
I'm
do.
gonna throw something on top of that.
All right.
So
Mayo?
you talked about so I put mayo on my corn on the cob. Okay? You can keep picking on me for that, but in a few minutes you're gonna find out what else I put on corn on the cob.
All
What
right,
I put
all
on
right.
with the mayo. But we're gonna come back to that. So you said that you like to eat your corn with a fork. So
Yeah.
this is now we're digging further into your personality at this point. Okay.
Yeah. dig
So
in.
I'm going to tell you now what this means, and then I'm
Okay.
going to have Sheba tell you the other part of it. So the kernel,
the kernel.
eating corn with the fork. The method is you spear the kernels individually or gather them in small clusters using a fork. You go like this
No.
and jab them.
I scoop them.
You scoop them.
Yeah.
Okay. It says you're not supposed to do that.
So then is she really more of a spoon?
I don't know. We'll have to find
I
out.
mean, I'm telling you,
'Cause
if you had a
spoon,
spork
would
at your
you-
barbecue, that's what I would grab.
Well, now I'm
Perfect.
obviously going
Now
to
she
get
has these
sporks
forks.
at my
Yeah, I
next
mean, 'cause
barbecue
then you
for
get-
every party.
Get them all.
Yeah.
So
All right.
if you had the choice of a fork and a spoon, would you grab a spoon?
No, because I'm
Oh,
eating
so-
other things. I'm eating other things on my plate, and I'm not going to eat my meat or my I'm not going to eat that
Who
one.
said anything else about you on your plate? I just said I gave you a piece of corn on the cob.
Who's eating just
you're
a
having
piece
a
of
whole
corn on the
meal.
cob?
I
You
eat
sometimes
corn on
eat
the
just
cob.
corn on the cob like as a snack.
Nah.
Oh,
Really?
come on.
Yeah, I
No.
You're
do. When
kidding me.
Jersey corn's in season.
You know
don't-
why? Because I choose what I'm going to spend my time on, and corn is effort.
Mm.
And I'm not-
Oh, come on.
I'm not going to just make it
I
random.
love it.
I'm going to give you my recipe of corn on the cob as soon as we're finished with this.
Goodness.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway, as a fork kernel, it says you're refined and precise. You often have more meticulous approach, reflecting on the preference for control and neatness. Are you a control freak?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, you're thinking too hard.
Yeah, I do. I do like
Are you,
to take
are you
control stuff.
detailed oriented?
Extremely.
Yes.
Extremely.
Yes.
So do you line your kernels of corn up before you pick them up with the fork?
No, I'm not that crazy.
Are you mindful and elegant?
Elegant. I wouldn't describe you as elegant.
Okay. And it says you're reserved and discerning. So you might be a little more cautious, take smaller, more deliberate bites.
Oh God, no. Like Dan, he makes fun of me all the time. And my poor daughter took after me. It's like it's my last meal when I eat. And I try when I'm around other people to remind myself, no one's going to take your food. Slow it down so you don't look like an animal. But
Okay.
I pretty much look like a coyote eating. I'm holding my fork like this and my knife, and I'm just eating it all. And you know how you're technically supposed to only cut meat as you're eating it?
Right.
That's
right.
I am like a toddler where I'm like, no, it must be cut all at once.
So then you
Because
could just
I
quickly
don't want to
eat.
waste time picking my knife up and down. I just want to shovel
But you
it
can
all
think of that
in.
as exercise.
Nah, I just want to shovel it in.
Kind of with
All right.
about the meat thing.
Yeah.
Let's finish up. Let's finish up
All
the fork kernel.
Yeah,
Are you adaptable and resourceful?
definitely.
It says you can pivot quickly. Do you pivot quickly?
Oh, yes. I think most moms.
Are you a multitasker?
Oh, yes. Oh. Yes.
Is there a bigger word for multitasker?
Are you open-minded?
Oh, yes.
No,
Very,
you're not
very.
open-minded. You wouldn't even consider eating corn on the cob.
No, it's not that I wouldn't consider. I've done it my whole life. I don't like it.
Okay. All right, so
There's a difference.
if you would have eaten it by a spoon, it's a totally different personality
All
trait.
right.
So Sheba, share the personality traits of the person that eats with a
I'm
spoon.
sticking with the
The
fork.
spoon. Let's see. Adaptable and easygoing.
Okay.
I
That's
agree
in
with
both.
that. Yeah, that is in
So
Yeah.
you're adaptable. So
Yeah,
you get it
I
either
think
way.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get it either way. Efficient and practical.
Okay.
Okay. You prioritize efficiency. Quickest and least complicated way to eat. Well, you
Well,
did
it sounds
admit to
like
that.
my whole cutting off to begin with. So I get both.
You get both.
I'm really quite a winner.
You're a
You
winner.
kind of are. You're
You're a winner.
at the sport.
Right?
So,
A comfort seeker.
I love comfort.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Yeah,
you
you're
love
drawn
being
to
in
comfort
pajamas,
food.
watching.
Yeah.
It's my being
Oh.
in pajamas is
I
my
don't know. Maybe you are more spoon because it says generous and inclusive.
I am.
See?
I am.
I think you're a spoon kernel
I
cutter
think
at
I'm
heart.
a sport.
I think you're
You're
sport.
spork. Now you're gonna make me look up spork, and
I
I'm gonna come
do.
back with a spork. All right, we're
Yes.
gonna
Yes.
tie this in.
Yeah.
So how do you make your corn on the cob? I know you
Make
cut
it.
it off, but how do you make it? Do you put it in the
Oh.
oven? Do you put it on the barbecue?
Again, this is where some of the laziness comes in. I just toss it in boiled water. I know it's not the best way to do it,
That's how I do it.
but it's super easy.
You do it in boiling water too?
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
sometimes
so
we'll throw
there's
on the grill if we're having people over.
a
like
local
in the
farmer
husks,
actually
but-
told me how to do
in the
this.
husks.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So you have double standards on corn on the cob at your house?
No, I'd say 99% of the time it's in boiling water. just because it's easy.
No, but you're telling me that you put it on the barbecue and a husk with the silk for your guests, but you wouldn't eat it that way?
Sometimes. Oh no, I love that. It's good. It's just more work. So
well,
like,
because I see what she's saying. Sometimes, like, you're not going to turn the grill on all the time. The grill's not on.
Okay.
exactly.
Right?
It's like if you're already making burgers and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right, how do you make your corn?
Well, a local farmer that I do get a lot of my corn from when it's in season, said you get a pot of boiling water and get the water rolling. Don't put the corn in.
No.
Shuck the corn. So take all the hair off.
That's what I do.
And then put it in the boiling water. Put it in the boiling, but it's not boiling anymore.
Okay, because it drops temperature.
Right? And you leave it in there for about 15 minutes.
That's
You
what
shut
I do.
the water off?
Yeah, you shut the flame
I salt the water.
We're
a
not
little
making
bit.
prime rib. What are you talking about? I've never heard of that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Yum.
amazing.
I love it.
It's amazing.
And you just pull it out of the water.
Just pull
put
it out
on
of the water.
So you wait 15 minutes before you eat a piece of corn on the cob?
Yes.
15 minutes. What are you talking about?
Well, she just said
Yeah,
have
you
to
leave
put
it in the water.
Oh,
You leave it in
well,
the water.
yeah.
Yeah, for 15 minutes.
What do you do? You like
No,
let
no,
it
no,
and
no.
just start eating?
I take the husk off. I take the husk off.
Yeah.
I wrap it in plastic wrap.
Okay.
I throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
27.
Really?
Take it out.
27?
Okay.
Let it sit there for 33 seconds. So now it's
Okay,
3 minutes. So now it's 3
What's
minutes.
with 3s and 4s? You have to dig in.
You gotta
What is
dig in.
this?
I open it up.
Yeah.
I take my mayonnaise. I put my mayonnaise, globs and globs of mayonnaise on it. Then I prefer Romano cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Parmesan works better.
Yeah.
And I
Parmesan
take
on corn does taste good.
it, and I
Yes.
sprinkle it all across the thing, and then I take it and I pick it up and I eat it. And when I eat it, do you know how I eat it?
I'm trying to remember from the video because I did listen to the whole thing the other day.
Right.
Left to right.
Like a
left to
typewriter?
right, left
No.
to right.
No?
No.
See, I'm like now. I'm just like you're all over the place. We're like, I'm gonna take a bite here. I'm gonna turn it. Take a
Yes,
bite here,
yes,
I'm gonna
yes,
turn it,
yes,
take a bite
yes,
here.
yes. Okay, and that's exactly how I eat my corn on the
Really?
cob.
Haphazard?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
So I am
I
a
know that.
hybrid eater.
And
So-
uses a combination of any or all
Mixed styles.
all of the above.
Right.
That's crazy.
So I will take a piece of corn on the cob and I will start here, and I will just go up. But the difference is I get all the corn off.
Every last kernel.
Now, my wife Mitzi, she eats the corn the same way I do, but she's very dainty with it. I'm a coyote when I eat my corn on the cob.
Maybe it's Italian.
Maybe it is. But my wife's, I can actually take that when she's done, and I can take a knife and cut the kernels off, and you can eat them. That's how much corn is left on.
No, you got to get all.
You got to
the
get it
corn.
all of it.
You gotta get all the
What's
corn.
the point?
And just to be transparent, if I was not cutting it off the cob, because when I was a kid, it didn't bother me. I haven't been cutting corn off the cob my whole life. It's more my adult life. And I used to eat it, but I ate it exactly like you. I would eat like a typewriter,
Mhm.
like that. Oh no, because you go back.
I go back.
I
She's
would
just
just
more
go.
efficient.
No, I'd go left to right and then back, left to right, and
Okay.
2 rows at a time. And I would get every specifically, and I would get every single little one all the way around.
Wow.
Yeah, I
So,
don't leave one kernel on
When
that
you were a
corn.
kid, this was your personality. You were free-spirited. You loved spontaneity, and you resist being confined by rules. Is that you? You were a rebel?
I wouldn't say. I mean, I broke rules, but who hasn't?
Okay.
Right?
You were curious and adventurous,
Yes, definitely.
and you were adaptable.
I'd say so.
You were comfortable with unpredictability.
For the most part.
And then you changed. What made you change?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not comfortable when things happen that are unpredictable because I feel like almost I kind of thrive in those unexpected situations. I just think in my older age, I prefer to know what's going on,
Sure.
but it doesn't mean I can't handle it when things aren't.
Right.
Got
You
it.
know, whereas when you're young, you don't have
We're
kids.
all about spontaneity.
You don't
when
have
we're
kids
young, right?
and all these other
no plans.
responsibilities and
It's more comfortable when we know
Yeah.
how it's going to happen.
Wow.
yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
depending on what we're doing.
So, do you see what happened because you asked that question today?
Yeah, I mean, I literally was like, "Oh my gosh, this is how I eat my corn." By the way, and then that led to 20
I had to go.
pages
I had to go and I had to
of a
research
deep
it because
dive.
now you're giving me another challenge because now when I ask
Spork.
the question, I got to find out what a spork does.
And now you have a new title as the Colonel.
I
Colonel.
am the Colonel.
You're the colonel.
Thank you.
All right. So
All right.
this was an off the cuff about an off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
All
Off,
right.
off the cuff.
So I want to thank you for
Eating corn.
eating corn and the way you eat corn because you've created an entire adventure.
You're welcome.
And so this is an off the cuff. What do you think, Sheba?
I loved it.
Anything you want to add?
Thank you, Colonel.
Colonel, anything you want to add?
M&M's up next.
M&M's are up
Yes.
next.
Dark.
M&Ms.
Dark.
All right, well, we're going
We gotta
to
get
next
that.
conversations. M&M up
Yeah.
next. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Peace out.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you on the next one. M&M's. We're gonna have dark, and we're gonna have what's the other kind of chocolate? Milk chocolate. Okay, we're gonna have milk chocolate. All right.
All right.
Thank you. Corn on the cob like this,
No,
or like this,
not-
or like this. Any way you do it, as long as you enjoy it. But you have to try it with mayonnaise and cheese. I'll tell you, you'll never go back to butter.
butter and cheese.
Butter.
Cheese.
Butter and cheese is okay too.
Butter and
All
cheese.
right.
Anything with cheese.
Anything with cheese.
Cheese on this table. Anything with cheese.
All right.